What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Healthy Choices Wellness Corp. I want to go over some of the data points, why March the 14th is a very big day that investors need to kind of add to the watch list, and just my general thoughts on it. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So this video has actually been prompted because I've received a random comments on non-HCWC or HCMC videos asking for updates. So people just want to know what the hell is happening, because looking here, there hasn't been anything as far as news. So they did do their Q4 earnings as well as year ending 2024. As I kind of did a video on that, they are improving. I got to give them credit. They are improving on a year-over-year basis, but definitely not justifying of anywhere remotely of these prices. And them kind of before the whole spinoff did occur, them relying on that toxic debt, so either issuing notes or preferred shares, that's considered toxic debt, that is going to really come to bite them in the ass, because a lot of those convertible aspects, like the lower the share price, the more shares are issued. So dilution is really going to kill this company tenfold. And I'd like to say that this is kind of me reading between the lines, but essentially all of this information was available to the public through those S1s. This is why almost 4 months before they did that spinoff, I even said, hey guys, management is anticipating for it to get to between that $2 to $3 range. It is very apparent based on this S1. That's what it's stating. I did a video saying that management is expecting an 80% pullback from IPO, and lo and behold, here we are, more than that, more than the whatever 80%. But that's because they also did kind of conclude in those risks that all of these convertible debts and whatever notes are going to really hurt the share price through dilution. They are very open and kind of telling about all that. So that's kind of the moral of the story. So a lot of people wanted to know, is it worth investing right now? And I would say no, definitely not. If you really like the business itself and you want the growth, honestly, I think HCWC might be delisted. So this is kind of my transition. So when it comes down to HCWC, and right now with it at 77 cents, quickly going back over here, this is all the historical pricing. So since right here on January the 31st, this is where it did break below $1. So we've been below for roughly 5 consecutive trading days. So when it comes down to HCWC, if it does trade below 30 consecutive trading days, this is where it'll be on the chopping block. So it will be given a delisting notice, and that'll be coming from the New York Stock Exchange. So very apparent, that's kind of what the rules state. So it's 802-01C. So that's kind of the rules in the manual that does state that if a company is trading below below $1 for 30 consecutive trading days, that's where it gets potential delisting. And now they're trying to change the rulings as well, where companies will be restricted in some certain circumstances that they can't do a reverse stock split to rectify that deficiency. So I think HCWC potentially is going to be just going down that whole reverse stock split route, and then at this stage in the game, nobody really wants to buy it, and nobody will want to buy it. So that will make them below the kind of below the market cap rule, meaning they will be delisted. Back to square one. It's kind of ironic because they started out in OTC. They wanted to have like big goals to make it to a major exchange. They did that, but they regrettably at the end of the day, they're going to get knocked back down to OTC. But as I said, the writing's been on the wall. Management, we have not seen any Form 4s, so management has not bought. And I don't know why anyone on earth would want to buy this company whatsoever, especially with all the fears that's happening, tariffs. That means this company's business model, what they sell is going to get like tenfold as far as what it's going to cost. People, consumers out there, the buying power is diminishing. They will not be able to afford what HCWC is putting out. So I think long story short, like I said, I know a lot of people probably did get stuck with this and had a lot of high expectations of HCMC, the whole lawsuit. That turned out to be crap, didn't really work out. HCWC though, March 14th, that will be essentially the day that they get the delisting notice, and that is going to be eventually the demise of Healthier Choices Wellness Corp. So I don't know if that's going to be a worth it of applause or anything, but the scam is finally almost done. I can probably estimate a good 6 months from now is when they will be kind of all down and out, because even if they do go down the reverse stock split route, if potentially with nobody really wanting to buy it, it would go down and then they'd be deficient with a market cap rule. So I think it's just a matter of time before they go poof once again. So sorry to be kind of the bearer of bad news and all that, but you guys know me by now. I don't sugarcoat things, I just say it how it is. And regrettably, I've been exactly 100% on point. And you know what's funny? Actually, back in, I started to cover this stock like 2022. In 2022, I, like a full year before the whole spinoff was even a thought, because they announced that in, I think, August 2023, I stated that HCMC should do a spinoff. And I didn't anticipate them to pretty much just leave HCMC high and dry. I expected like a fair division, but yeah, I called that straight out the gate, and it's kind of crazy. So like I said, you might think that I'm a bear, but I just say it how it is. And regrettably, I've been exactly 1,000,000% accurate with this company. And it really sucks to see it go down how it is. But again, it's just market. That's the market circumstances. Nobody really wants to buy this stock. The multiple it has on it is just still overdone. Most likely they will also be needing to dilute in probably the next quarter, on which they are going to have no actual credible lenders, so they will have to resort to going to more toxic that route. So it's going to be a fast spin death spiral, if you want to call it like that, as they do reverse stock split and then just go down that route and everything like that. I see some people on social media just saying it's shorts. Just wanted to clarify, it is not shorts. Only 1.16% of the free float is being shorted. Definitely this downtrend is nothing to do with shorts. It is simply dilution already occurring behind the scenes. And just so a lot of people know, in case you aren't really familiar with kind of the behind the scenes of that, companies usually disclose their actual outstanding share count during earnings, and sometimes depending on what they're submitting through 8Ks and stuff, they do disclose outstanding share counts. So their next earnings, this is where you'll most likely see a huge increase in the outstanding share count. Even technically based on this right here, I did already bring up, just a lot of their accounting practices didn't really jive. They are kind of double counting a lot of cash. So they already did submit HCMCs and also HCWC, and they did kind of count cash for both. It didn't really make all that much sense. I already did a video all about that, but yeah, this is just my 2 cents, my overall thoughts on HCWC and how the scam eventually is just going to be done. So let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, if you are looking for good buy signals on stocks, options, or crypto, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on all of that, and many of them have been exactly on point, no different than me calling out HCWC, also HCMC, the whole shebang. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.